Hello.
Balls.
Well, now it can't be the intro.
Man, you have to curse in the first 30 seconds, and now we can't get sponsorships.
You're not gonna monetize us.
For our 30 watchers.
30's generous.
30? Wasn't it like 7?
Let me actually look up our ratings real fast. Anyway, hello everyone. It's time for the newest episode of The Cheapest Podcast. I am the main cheapest critic. I am Maximus.
Maximilian. Maximonius.
I need to look up our viewership. So, as of this release, we have only released 4 episodes. Publicly, I have 2 on the back burner. I'm gonna try to dump them over this, over the upcoming weeks. However, the views for the podcast have been interesting. I'm gonna go off the Spotify numbers. So our first episode got 7 views. Our second episode got 4 views. Our third episode got 21.
Bounce back.
And then the fourth episode got 3 so far. And I released it May 4th. That's 5 days ago. It's already going to beat the second episode. Our audience is growing after all. Our YouTube views make more sense. It went from 27 to 20 to 16 to 40. I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't use my regular cheapest podcast thumbnail for that. It was just Malvo. It was just Malvo.
Wait, yeah, is it the guy from Fargo?
Yes.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Mom's Spaghetti. That's an actual restaurant, by the way. That could be a trip. We can go to...
Where is it? Oh, Detroit.
I am not going to Detroit.
I'm not going to Detroit.
I don't know where it actually is. I don't think it's in Detroit. Eminem didn't live in Detroit, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
Oh, then he... Oh.
8 Mile. 8 Mile Detroit.
8 Mile!
I knew I remembered Detroit, but I was like... I was going to sound smart, but then I didn't. Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, we ain't going to Detroit.
But it's Mom's Spaghetti.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Mom's Spaghetti got bullet holes in it. I ain't going there.
So we did some stuff over the past week, but first, I decided to do a fun game. So I love predicting the box office that comes out a lot of the time. So what I decided to do was allow us to play a game where we can predict the top 10 movies of the summer movie box office, to try to see what movies will succeed, which ones will fail, and which ones will make us look embarrassed. I think if I did it last year, it would have been pretty bad, because I would have put, like, The Flash on the list. So, I would have been wrong. But I'm going to start. The wager that we did, we're all going to bet a single dollar. And the winner gets $3.
The reasoning behind the $1 bid is because we are all broke. Yay! So look, when we do this list, do you want to start from the bottom?
Yes.
Now we hear shout out to all the Drake's victims.
Shout out to...
So we go in ascending order, 10 to 1.
Yes. So I'm going to start. My number 10. Actually, I think we should just revolve around each other. Like I say 10, you say 10.
Okay.
My number 10. It's gonna be surprising. I think it's gonna be the Fall Guy.
Mine is probably...
Wait, I gotta explain. Don't interrupt me.
I'm saying mine's probably pretty surprising too.
Okay. I think this movie's gonna have legs. It has great audience scores. People like the stars of the movie. And it did open low, but women take longer to come to the theater. Older women.
Wow.
That's what the demographics say.
6 minutes in, and we got misogynist comments. Cancelled.
Okay, so
yeah, but
I
don't know, because I don't think much of the older crowd is really into Gosling like that.
Maybe like middle-aged to older, not like elderly.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go. Mine is Borderlands because I think people think Kevin Hart and Jack Black, Jack Black's in that movie too. I think people think that they're funny, so they'll be like, "Oh, funny," and they'll go. Which is a lot of what my list is.
Well, listen, hear me out. Jack Black is funny, but Kevin
well,
Hart.
yes.
Kevin Hart has been in too much, has oversaturated himself into the market. For
Honestly,
the past
has he though?
several years. Yes.
Like, what movie
Yes.
have you seen him in the last couple years besides straight to Netflix movies?
Straight to Netflix movies count.
Not really.
In terms of
Like,
just
if
being out
if a new
there.
Adam Sandler movie came out in theaters right now, you would be like, "Holy shit! There's a new Adam Sandler movie after all this time." You wouldn't think, "Oh, I've seen him on Netflix."
Yeah, when was the last Adam Sandler movie?
Uncut Gems in theaters.
That was back in like
Yeah.
2018.
2019. Yeah, 2019. But that was before the world shut down.
Yep.
Justin.
My number 10 is The Crow. Because, I think Bill Skarsgård is enough of an attraction for people to go see the movie, and out of everything on our list for wide releases, I think it has a better chance than most other things.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but Boy Kills World would like to have a word.
That wasn't on our list.
No. I'm saying that movie did not do well. It died. But we'll see. It could surprise. August is usually a time where movies can come out and surprise.
But I think, people would be more open to going to see The Crow as a remake. It's been, 20-something years since the last Crow released?
1990.
Yeah, so 30-something years. So it's fresher into people's minds this time around.
I can see it working as like a late August movie. Late August actioners, like Liam Neeson stuff, like Equalizer, it works in that late summer period.
I'm not saying it's gonna do amazing.
I'm
just saying yes.
Now my number 9 is Furiosa. I want this to do way better than number 9, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think audiences are gonna. Fury Road was successful, but I don't know if it's gonna be a repeatable thing. That's just my thing. Anya Taylor-Joy is not proven as a movie star yet. Chris Hemsworth is box office poison outside of Thor. So I'm hoping. I love Mad Max, so let's see. What's your number 9?
Mine is Back to Black.
What?
Because it's
I'm so surprised.
a biopic.
I guess. Bob
And
Marley did well.
Biopics have been doing pretty well recently with, Elvis
And
and
Bob
everything.
Marley and
Yes.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
And, yes.
And
Bohemian
Rocket Man.
Rhapsody. That too. So, it's another biopic. So, it just makes sense.
It just works. My number 9 is going to be The Bike Riders.
Interesting.
I think Austin Butler, one of the current heartthrobs of America.
I found it so funny that people were thirsting over him after his Dune 2 performance. I know you guys hadn't seen it, but it's insane.
I think Austin Butler gets some butts in seats, and then Tom Hardy also can get some butts in seats.
Butts and seats.
Venom 3, baby.
Me personally, I do like Tom Hardy as an actor. Some of his movies, sure, not the greatest job. I'll admit that.
Venom.
He does kind of have that greasy look a lot of times. Take a shower, Tom.
I forgot about Bane.
Well, yeah, see, with Bane, you couldn't tell that he was greasy because he shaved his hair off.
For sure, brother.
But he was definitely greasy because his diet for that movie was like nothing but pizza. But yeah, The Bike Riders, I think, is going to have, it's got enough of some sort of appeal. It's like an interesting type of movie. I don't think there's really too many things in the market as far as like motorcycle type movies go.
I mean, Wild Hogs was a giant hit back in its day.
Is that the? This is
Yes, that is exactly what you think it is. Sons of Anarchy was a big hit on TV. It's a risk. At number 8 for me is A Quiet Place, Day One. I'm not sure about this one because A Quiet Place as a brand is just so tied to that story of Emily Blunt and the family, and I don't know if the brand can hold it. But I do know that the director is the director of Pig, great movie, Nicolas Cage. Lupita Nyong'o, I think, is an actor that people are sleeping on, and I do feel like with her reputation, she can potentially get butts in seats. I feel like if it's really good, people will go see it. If it's bad, though, it's not making the list. I feel like there are some movies that potentially could go into the top 10. So that is my number 8.
My number 8 is Garfield.
Oh my god.
Because it's a kids movie and kids are stupid, and the moms will want to go for Chris Pratt and then the kids will want to go for lasagna. So
Olive Garden.
Jesus Christ. Some of Garden. My number 8 is going to be Deadpool and Wolverine.
What? That's number 8?
Yes.
That's if we have a tie, I'm going to sweep.
So, listen, the reason it's number 8 for me is because I think it's going to be an interesting movie, but people are still kind of coming down from their Marvel sickness. And I think it's just going to do well enough in theaters because people are still going to be attracted to the whole Ryan Reynolds aspect. Plus, you have Hugh Jackman coming back to portray his character, even if he is in a different universe in this movie, because they're finding a way to, not completely fuck up the death. Spoiler alert. In Logan.
I think everybody knows. Especially if you watch Deadpool 2, the whole movie starts out by like, how the fuck am I gonna top Logan? He fucking died before me.
But yeah, so I mean, it's not, I put it on my list. Obviously, it's not the highest on my list for a reason. Because, like I said, Marvel sickness is still a thing.
Okay. So my number 7, this is the funniest movie on my list. But it has some heat for some reason. Twisters.
Oh boy.
Starring Glenn Powell. This movie looks stupid as hell, but I think that the scale. We hadn't had a disaster movie in years that wasn't Moonfall.
Moonfall. I still have to see Moonfall. Charlie fucking loves that movie.
No, he doesn't.
Most critical.
Yeah, no, he loves it in an ironic way, but he still loves it.
He literally just, in one of their recent podcast episodes, he was talking about how bad it is.
No, he says it's like one of the worst movies in history.
Yes, he loves that movie in terms of it being bad, but it still being an enjoyable movie.
But Twisters, I think, has potential to do well. Nostalgia, but I don't know how many kids are watching Twister from 1990s. I don't know. This is a risk.
I've never watched Twister, and I think the last person that I know that watched Twister was either my mom or my grandmother. So
well,
there you
they
go.
Could come out to the theater to see Twister.
They are not going to the movie theater. They hate going to the movies.
Okay, so what's your 7?
A Quiet Place, Day One.
What's your thought process?
I just think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna do just a little better than where you placed it. But the rest of my list, I feel.
I think we get it.
It's where it belongs on my list. I'll say that much.
All right. My number 7 is going to be The Watchers. Just because, I mean, it's Shyamalan's daughter directing. It's going to be her first movie, right?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting competition. Who's going to make more money?
Yeah.
Shyamalan or Shyamalan's daughter this summer?
So I think this is going to, definitely put her on the map as a director. And, the movie stars Dakota Fanning. And she hasn't been in anything in a while, as far as I know.
She was in Equalizer 3, and
yeah, but How well did that do?
It did well. I mean, it
Well
didn't
enough.
make the top 10 of the summer.
Well.
But it almost made $100 million.
And it's just an interesting looking trailer from what I saw. And it seems like, as opposed to M. Night's movies, this is more of a horror, whereas M. Night usually does the suspense thrillers.
Yeah.
So his daughter went in a slightly different direction than he did.
Would you consider Old to be a horror movie?
I have never watched Old,
It's
so
the
I
aging beach.
I think that just kind of sounds more creepy, not scary.
It's supposed to be scary.
Uh,
Anyway.
Oh my god, it's a beach and it makes you old. Run.
What's that movie with the grandma and the head in the oven?
Oh,
The Visit?
That's The Visit. That's also a horror movie.
But that's not M. Night.
It's a comedy.
That is
the
M.
kid
Night.
raps.
That's a comedy?
That was M.
Yeah.
Night.
My number 6. I'm begging, please, America, if you don't make this a hit, I'll be proud of you. Garfield.
Oh, so we had kinda. We switched A Quiet Place and Garfield, sort of.
I 100% believe that this movie's going to make money. It is a popular brand. I say popular brand in quotations, but still, it's Chris Pratt. Unfortunately, apparently he does sell tickets. Either that or
He do. Because wasn't the Mario movie pretty big?
yes, it was.
I think that's just because of Mario.
Yeah,
though.
that's the test here.
Well, yeah,
The trailers look bad, but I think kids just don't give a fuck.
So it's just a matter of, is Garfield more popular than Mario?
Chris
or
Pratt.
as popular?
Is Garfield more popular than Chris Pratt?
Did the kids go see the movie for Chris
in that
Pratt
case,
or
either
Mario?
way, they're ending up in seats. Fair. My number 6 is Deadpool and Wolverine because superheroes.
That is the only Marvel movie coming out this year.
It's, and I also have caught in Marvel sickness. I don't think I've seen a Marvel movie since No Way Home.
There are some good ones in there.
Well, unless you
didn't-
count Spider-Verse.
Well, yeah.
Do you count Multiverse of Madness? Yeah, you saw that, right?
I did see
I did.
that. It
was not
wasn't
great.
really. Yeah, it wasn't really recognizable.
The best part of the movie was Sam Raimi.
rememberable.
One of my best friends absolutely loved the first Doctor Strange movie, and he even told me, like, I hated the second one.
Well, him and his basic bitch taste can go home, because at least the second one has a style to it. Anyway, enough roasting your friends.
My number 6 is Trap.
You have the Shyamalan's really banking in this summer, huh?
Well, I think M. Night has. It's been a while since he's put something out, right?
Last
a little bit.
year was Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, I wanted to go
Knock
see
at
that.
Knock at the Cabin, which is about
with
family.
Batista.
Yeah. This is Warner Brothers.
I think
now.
so. This is M. Night going into what seems like a different direction than what he normally does.
This
Maybe.
is an interesting pitch.
It is, because you're kind of following around the bad guy in this movie. Supposedly, just from what we see in the trailer, we don't have the story, so but I think M. Night is gonna be able to muster up some currency with this movie.
Currency.
I don't think he's gonna do super well, which is why he's only number 6 on the list. But still, butts and seats.
Number 6 is pretty high.
Yeah,
You know,
still halfway.
All the
almost
movies
halfway.
coming out this summer. My number 5 is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I feel like this movie it's opening this weekend, but it has a lot of good critical favor. I think audiences like the last 3 movies. They're willing to go back again. There's a new twist to it since we're getting closer to that original movie 50 years ago, goddamn.
50?
1960s. No, it's even longer. Oh my god. Anyway,
Crikey.
60 years ago. Point is, besides how the Sands of Time are going. I think this movie has heat. I think it can do well, and since it's really good, like Fall Guy, it could play all throughout May and June.
Your number 5?
My number 5 is the Crow remake. I believe you had it on there a little lower.
That's my number 10, yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of people are gonna be interested in that because of the dude from Stranger Things, and also the fact that it's the Crow. I feel like a lot of people.
The trailers.
What do you mean?
Joseph Quinn was in a Quiet Place.
No, he wasn't.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, who was the other? No, it was Bill Skarsgård.
Yes.
Yeah. Never mind. I got them two mixed up because they look kind of similar.
It?
Yes. Yeah, the guy from It is Bill
Clown.
Skarsgård. Yes, I know who they are, but I just got them mixed up because
this is his chance to be a leading man.
They both have eyeballs that are a little weird.
Wait, how to roast them, man?
Fucking catching strays out here.
But you have faith in the Crow.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: it's not in my top 10.
Okay.
Rip.
Yeah, I don't.
Max is a hater.
I'm just because it's not.
He's
in the
being
top,
realistic.
Yeah, just because it's not in the top 10 doesn't mean it's gonna it's gonna bomb. I don't know what the budget is. I wouldn't spend more than $50 million, to be honest, given what I've seen.
I just thought, it had a better chance being in the top 10 than everything else that was on our lists for the widespread releases.
From what it looks like so far, our lists are pretty similar.
I think
we have a lot of the same movies, just in different spots.
I have different movies than you guys for sure. My number 5 is Longlegs.
I feel like I picked more.
There is no way, from what I've been hearing about this movie. It's the scary looking movie, like where the trailers show nothing.
They have not released a single bit of anything that really tells you exactly what this movie's going to be. All we know is that it's some sort of horror film, and I think that holds enough of an interest for a lot of people to want to go see it.
The last time that happened, in my personal experience, was from Zone of Interest.
Well, Zone of Interest, that's like an indie movie. I forget who's releasing Longlegs. Oh, it's Neon, the guys who released like a Parasite, and I don't know. I'm not saying it's gonna do bad. Top 10 though is being extremely aggressive due to the positive buzz that movie's had. I'm gonna go see it. Trust me.
Maybe because of Parasite. Because of Parasite, maybe it'll do better.
No, that's not. It's not like it's made by Bong Joon-ho. That will be his. That will be Mickey 17 next year.
So it's just people involved in
the distributors.
Parasite. Oh, so like nothing else. Okay.
Time for my number 4. It is Bad Boys 4.
Oh boy.
I am placing a lot of faith here that audiences just don't care about what happened with the Oscars.
That's a little too much faith.
It's a proven franchise. It looks fun by the trailer, and I feel like people will give in. Like, we don't really have that many of those type of action movies coming out this summer. Like dumb cops going through.
It's just for me, the franchise was supposed to end with Bad Boys for Life. That's where you.
Cliffhanger.
That's where you cut off. What cliffhanger?
The end credits. I think it was his son, or his ex. The woman who seduced Will Smith to have a son, and then the son tried to kill him. I forget if the son died. I hadn't seen Bad Boys for Life in 4 years.
I haven't seen any Bad Boys movies, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
There is an adventure to be had.
I don't think general audiences are going to be turned away because of the slap, but I feel like a lot of people did care about that.
It's been 4
That wasn't my reason for not putting it in my top 10. My reason for not putting it in top 10 is because it's the 4th movie. So
I'm cynical. I think people just like franchises.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that.
What's your number 4?
The Bike Riders. Pretty much same reasons that were listed, just a little higher. I don't know. Listen, I'm not good at guessing things. Alright.
Honestly, if the Bike Riders ends up being a giant hit, I'll be like,
I feel
I'll
like
applaud.
Listen,
it has potential.
It has potential.
It's got
Disney shouldn't have sold it.
It's got an interesting plot. Like, we haven't seen a lot of like bike rider stuff. Like, I haven't seen much since Sons of Anarchy. It's got two hot guys in it, and women are just
look, my list is more in the realm of
movies that you think
of the box office is not going to do incredible, because we've had top 10 lists before where some of the movies in the top 10 list did not make that much more over what their budget was. So I'm just saying that's more the realm that my list is going into.
Well, mine was more popular IPs and then kids stuff, because parents will let their kids see anything.
But you think that this movie is like, you're putting a big shot on it, and I respect the chutzpah.
I'm only doing that because I'm uneducated. I probably wouldn't do that if I knew anything about movie ratings or numbers.
For my number 4, I'm saying Maxine.
Okay.
Because it is the third movie in their series.
I know that you did not look at the box office of X and Pearl. If you did, I don't think you would have put it on your list. But this is going to do better. I would be shocked if this did worse.
I'm just saying, still, in that realm of everything's kind of just making above whatever their budget was. I'm just saying Maxine is probably going to be more encapsulating. I have not seen X or Pearl yet. I do have to watch those.
I am so excited for Maxine. I'll go see it. Maybe I'll make you guys watch X and Pearl, and then we'll go see. There's a lot of like original movies or like A24 stuff or like interesting IP that I'm like interested in, like Long Legs and Maxine and like Bike Riders. Like it works. My number 3 is Inside Out 2. The top 3 was hard for me. Flat out, Pixar. This is like the closest thing to a surefire movie they can make right now. If this fucks up, then I would be scared for them. Love the original movie. Audiences love the original movie. It made so much money at the time. You're introducing new marketable characters to make plushies out of. I don't see a way that this fails, but I don't know.
My third is Furiosa, because it is a popular IP that people will go see.
Is there any other reason? Why that over?
And again, because I think the other two in my list are gonna be more popular.
Okay.
My number 3 is going to be Kingdom of the Planets of the Apes.
I feel like I should have put that on here.
And that's because from my understanding, the other, what was it, 3 movies in the new reestablished
the
series
Apes
did well.
Yeah.
I have not seen all of them. I think I saw only the first one with James Franco.
They were all consistent at the box office.
So I just think that it's going to do well enough that it deserved to be kind of higher up on the list. And that's pretty much my thought process for that.
Number 2 is Deadpool and Wolverine. I think Deadpool is a character people will go out to go see. MCU is still a popular brand. They will still go in droves. Like, sure, the Marvels did bad, but I don't think Deadpool is a franchise that audiences are like, ugh, no. It has to be bad. It's rated R, so it will get the adults in there. And kids will sneak in, so there's that. And
parents will take their kids, 100%.
And
my mom took me to the original Deadpool screening.
And I definitely feel like out of all of them, this one might be like you look at the trailers, people are talking about it a lot. There's a lot of traffic going into these trailers, so I expect it's gonna make the top 10, obviously, but where in the top 10, we'll see. You're number 2.
Inside Out 2.
Yep.
I just think it's gonna do a little better than what you think. But pretty much for the same reasons. I mean, it's Disney. It's a good, or already has a good movie. It's pretty self-explanatory.
My number 2 is also Inside Out 2.
Wow, we finally have a matching one.
Because, of course, Disney dick riders.
Yep.
So, Disney remains popular because they are evil corporation.
They did have a bad year last year. It was a rough year.
It was.
Disney has a monopoly on everything.
Well, not last year. All their movies bombed, except for Guardians. Another point for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Damn, I didn't even see Guardians.
Me neither.
I don't know who dies.
It's really good. Anyway.
Everyone dies.
Everyone.
Deadpool kills the MCU.
Is there anything else you want to say about Inside Out 2?
Not really. I don't have any desire to go see it. I didn't care for the first one, so.
Bro, I love the first one. The first one was so cool. I liked when that imaginary friend died.
Spoilers.
Did you say you liked it?
I liked
a 9-year-old
it. It was
movie.
sad.
Now, this is the most pessimistic, depressing, awful, nihilistic, depressing. I said depressing twice. And if this was number 1 of the summer,
damn,
I would be sad.
You said depressing twice. It must be really depressing.
Number 1 is Despicable Me 4.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I there's no way. There's no way it's not gonna make the top 10.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
It's realistic, though.
Yeah.
Especially if there's another meme.
I do not want this to do well. Please, I've had enough. Minions have been running my life for 14 years. We can leave. Like, do something else, Illumination. Please. But I think this movie is gonna make money because Minions and all this garbage and competition in its 4th of July weekend. It has all July and pretty much August to itself. What's its competition? Fucking Harold and the Purple Crayon? It's going to do well over the course of the summer. And it's sad. But that's my number 1.
So, spoiler alert, Despicable Me 4 is not anywhere in my list.
You are delusional.
No, come on.
Mine's not either, but
I'm banking on...
I'm regretting that now.
I am banking on people finally having minion sickness. And
You know it's not gonna happen. It's not
hoping.
like Marvel.
I would sooner watch the first Emoji Movie before I watch any more Despicable
The first
Me.
they made another one?
They did not.
I didn't think so.
He tried to Jedi mind trick you.
Wait.
In case they decide.
Oh, it's
Number
my
1.
turn.
They
My
could
turn.
try to make a second one. You never know.
If
God.
because it's a kids movie, it's a Ryan Reynolds movie,
Is it gonna beat
and
Garfield?
it's
Is it a kids movie?
It's an original
It
enough
says damn.
plot line.
Oh, kids movies.
It's
Damn.
yeah. Now. Yeah,
That's a pretty childish movie.
it is. It is.
Wow.
But it's cute. I'll probably see it.
Another animated character played by Steve Carell.
We have a lot of stock in Steve Carell this summer. I'm so interested.
I want Steve Carell to come back. He hasn't been in a lot.
Max is absolutely going to chastise me over my number 1 pick.
I'm gonna make
Oh,
fun
Lord.
of you.
My number 1 is Furiosa.
I would love, we all have it in the top 10. I would love if Furiosa was the biggest movie of the summer. Like, if that beat Despicable Me, Deadpool, I would be like cheering. I'm going to the movie IMAX. Well, do you want to see it together, bro? We can make it a bro date.
I just think that Furiosa is gonna bank well enough off of the popularity of Mad Max.
You're just saying that because you're on a Mad Max kick with the game.
Dude,
I did enjoy. I did enjoy
Did you
the
finish
game.
it?
I did. Yeah. I didn't
that
get all the
long.
achievements because some of the achievements are locked behind being able to go online, and WB Play is no longer existing.
In there.
But I don't know. I do hope Furiosa does well. I am interested.
I would like to. Yeah, you guys don't have Twisters in your top 10.
No, I don't.
Despicable Me 4 is just such a.
Neither of you had Back to Black.
I don't see it. So, we'll be updating this coverage over all summer. We'll be talking about the box office, which movies perform well, which ones do not. I'll probably regret the Fall Guy in my list right away if it falls like a rock, but we'll see. Wager. I wish you guys good luck.
When's the next
$1.
movie to come out?
This weekend is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, not another church movie.
Oh, yeah, none of us had that movie.
I know which one I'm going to see.
I'm excited for Apes.
Let's go, Jamie Foxx as God.
Time to talk about our TV show. So we chose Baby Reindeer. We watched the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's going crazy about it. I understand now. It was pretty damn good. It definitely felt very claustrophobic and disturbing. But I am intrigued. It had a really good setup right away.
Alright, I'm trying to... I watched it just today, so I'm trying to regather the info.
I'll hang your curtains.
Stop. Stop.
That was a really good reveal, by the way.
Main character's name is Donnie, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then the woman is Martha.
Yes.
I didn't remember that. I'm fucking terrible with names.
Listen. Donnie, what the hell you doing, bro? Like, so it starts off with Donnie going into the police station. Spoilers for the first episode, by the way.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
Donnie goes into the police station and wants to report that someone is stalking him, and then he goes on to start telling the cop this tale. And he tells the cop that he waited six months
to report the
stalking. First of all, what the hell are you doing, bro?
And seeing what happens in here, damn.
What?
Like
It
I would have,
is-
like you would have, I would have reported it
Yeah.
after this episode.
Yeah, but it seems like they're trying to go at an angle where it's like he's open to it, because if you saw in the one scene,
Was kind of leading her on, yeah.
Well,
that, and also
he felt bad for
He
her.
did, yeah.
that, but also she was forwarding his comedy career.
Oh, so
In that one scene, it like boosted him with the crowd.
She
for
appeared
him-
in the audience.
her being there. Holy hell!
But my whole thing is everything that happens, and then he starts researching her.
Yes.
And
Yeah, and then goes and
after
stalks
that,
her.
after he researches her, he accepts her friend request? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I actually was so befuddled.
Why would you accept the friend request after you've just done all that research on her?
She
What are
is a
you
convicted
doing?
stalker. She lost her
She
lawyer
went to
job.
prison. She went to jail for 4 years.
Yes.
Because of her stalking.
His life must have really sucked before
Like,
she came
She
along.
did pump up his ego a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're funny. I mean, your videos are shite, but you're funny. And, he made himself feel better by thinking, oh, this lady, she's in a rough spot. She's crazy. I'm so.
Yeah, so he's kind of not the most innocent person in that regard.
I think.
I
it's
mean, I guess
realistic.
it is kind of.
Especially if you're gonna let something like this go on for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a reason. Besides just being low.
It
I
can't
know
be that he's just
living
lonely.
in his ex's mom's house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a weird detail.
So clearly his life, plus he's working in a bar, he's not a successful comedian yet. So
I will say it was nice that, after she just randomly showed up at his comedy show, it was nice that she was able to help the crowd be more open to his jokes, finally, since, at his last performance, all of the same jokes he was trying to tell were bombing terribly.
it's all about the crowd.
Yeah. I mean, it's also hard not to take that as a kind of manipulation. Like, she's using... I mean, I think she is being sincere with it, but...
Is she just crazy, or does she actually, know and manipulate?
I think she's crazy.
I think she's crazy.
I think she's being sincere with it. I mean, she is a pathological liar because she's lying about being, some sort of
Don't
FBI.
you know I was a famous lawyer?
Yeah, lawyer.
And then he goes on her Facebook, and all of her pictures are just her photoshopped.
Yes! That was
great. Do you think that's what she was doing when he snuck by her house? Oh, when we see the email. Ugh. Also,
there was a couple interesting emails. Because that's when she's, her most unhinged in the emails.
I think the performances so far are really good for both the leads. The uncomfortable nervousness.
He was talking about very sexually explicit things.
Which one?
The one where she mentions how he can make her,
Oh, yeah.
That one had me physically recoil from cringe. I hated that so much.
Not to victim blame, but after he unintentionally kind of opened the floodgates on that with saying that he can hang her curtains.
Well, the joke.
She kind of took that as
it's okay she took it
for me
literally.
to be.
She took it seriously. I think that the pacing of the show, the narration works really well, and I think it's what a really well directed first episode. It looked nice. A lot of Netflix shows look like butt cheeks, but I think they spent the money well, whatever they had. So, what do you think is going to happen over the course of the season?
I feel like shit's gonna ramp up a bit more, obviously.
Well, definitely.
If he has to report
because what the hell
after
happens?
6 months.
Yeah, what the hell happens in the next?
We definitely need to
several
find out
months.
What brought him to actually report her, and then we have the whole other half of that where a lot of times in stalker situations, especially a woman stalking a man,
they're
the
not
police,
gonna take it seriously.
they don't take that seriously whatsoever.
I mean, we'll see. Because I'm going to assume that we're gonna put it up to a vote, and we're gonna say if we want to continue the show, or we're gonna want to spin the wheel and either go back to a previous show or pick a new show. So, if that happens, our old shows are Fargo, Xavier Renegade Angel, and now Baby Reindeer. I was so confident that we were going to say yes that I didn't even get a new show request. So, anyway, 3, 2, 1. Will we watch Baby Reindeer episodes 2 through 4?
Yes.
Oh, there's only 4 episodes out?
No. So we watched the first episode, then we watched until the first half, and then we finished the show.
Yes.
You had to think on that. Yeah, unfortunately, by the way, I have to mention this. A Pulp Fiction and Xavier Renegade Angel episode, we never recorded that, so it's just lost time. What, rip?
Yeah.
We'll bring it back one day.
Let's just make Pulp Fiction references every episode. And maybe Xavier season 2 will be grabbed.
He had to do
Well.
it. The bitch was ODing.
Zed's dead, baby.
So I'm happy we got Baby Reindeer.
I can watch that movie again, Pulp Fiction, but I have to skip the middle scene.
There's a lot of vignettes in that movie. You're gonna have to go a little bit more specifics.
You know what scene I'm talking about. Because my brother knew what scene I was talking about without me
Are
even
you
having to say
talking about
anything.
Bruce Willis? Ving Ringsby's?
Oh,
Talking about exactly what you think I'm talking
the
about.
gimp scene.
Pulp Fiction was so good that Justin wanted to request another Tarantino movie.
My headcanon is that they were just playing Leapfrog down there, and they weren't doing anything
They dressed him up.
saucy.
They dressed him up like a horsey.
They were just playing Leapfrog, and it got a little too aggressive.
Don't worry, he's
They're
gonna
just
be
horsing
tortured
around.
for the rest of his life.
Just horsing around.
I'm
Two-
gonna torture
Two
your
horses.
hillbilly ass for the rest of your life.
Two horses playing. One murders the other one. That's from year one.
I barely remember that movie. It was like Michael Cera and Jack Black.
That's Harold Ramis's last movie.
I love year one.
Anyway, we had a movie this week.
Castle in the Sky.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, there's a castle and it's in the sky.
There is, actually.
There's a bitch in the movie.
Are you talking about a female dog or a character that you would define as a bitch?
No, I'm talking about the island. La Puta.
Lapita?
La puta.
La Puta.
Laputa.
La puta.
Laputa.
La Puta.
La puta. The bitch.
¿Dónde está
So,
La Puta?
the movie is about... The movie begins really crazily. Action in the sky, pirates versus a government train. A little girl falls out of the blimp down to the earth, but is saved by a magical crystal who runs into this coal miner boy, and they must go on an adventure to discover a mysterious land before pirates and the government do. And that's the basic premise. Spoiler alert, once again, we're gonna spoil the shit out of this movie.
And the boy sounds like he's 25 years
we
old.
We watched the English dubbed version.
I knew that you were gonna choose the dub, but I regret it.
The boy was voiced by James Vanderbeek, so the boy sounds more like a man who occasionally has voice cracks when he talks.
He's on the wrong side of puberty.
Yeah, even though I'm pretty sure in the movie they're supposed to be like 12-year-old kids at the most.
I feel that has to be the age, right?
Something like that.
I don't know if they actually stated the age.
They did not.
The
They
dub,
never do.
The dub is bad for the main characters because that's him, and he's distracting, and then the girl is constantly breaking her accent throughout the entire movie, so you don't...
Yes. So specifically, when I Googled it earlier, there was an article written about it of other people saying the same thing. It's like she's switching between a Canadian accent, a British accent, and a Kiwi accent. So, like New Zealanders, I guess. She constantly... she's never consistent. Every 2 sentences, she switches.
Okay, maybe it's because her life is a lie.
She doesn't know where she fits in.
It's a metaphor, really. It was an artistic choice.
I thought this movie was a lot of fun. It's an action adventure serial. It feels really 80s. It feels like Miyazaki's most traditional story out of anything he's made. Action, exposition, we ram it up for the climax. I thought it was very entertaining. I'm going to say it. I think out of all the Ghibli movies we watched for the podcast, which is Spirited Away, which is a cut episode, Ponyo, Totoro, Boy and the Heron, and this, I probably would put it above Ponyo. I think it's above Ponyo, but I don't think it's higher than that. I think it's entertaining. It's fun. I don't really care about the kids that much, but I think the Sky Pirates are fun, and the whole world, this mystery, the robot designs, the castle in the sky itself. I think it does have good payoffs. It's fun. It's enjoyable.
It is a fun watch, but since we've only watched the dubbed versions of these movies, I wouldn't put it above Ponyo.
I will. The dub for Ponyo is goated.
I like Ponyo.
Especially compared to this.
The fishy song.
I think Ponyo is probably my favorite out of the Studio Ghibli movies.
It has the most
watched.
creatures in it. This is some.
Yes.
During the movie, you were constantly like, "Where's the creatures?"
Yeah, where's the little critters?
I think I said my favorite Ghibli was Spirited Away, right?
Yes, and I agree with you so far.
They didn't pop up until like the last half of the film.
And that's even putting Boy and the Heron in the mix too.
Yeah, I did say Boy and the Heron in there.
Okay.
Which
I think Boy and the Heron. I would put it second out of the ones that we've seen for the podcast. I think it's above Totoro for me, above this, and above Ponyo.
I think for me, Boy and the Heron would be third, underneath Totoro.
Okay.
I enjoyed Ponyo, Totoro.
You
barely watched Spirited Away.
So Spirited Away is probably last for you.
It's fair that you put it last.
Because you didn't get to watch the whole thing.
This would probably be. I don't know.
Above Spirited.
Probably last, but that's not exactly. I mean, yeah, above Spirited, but only because I fell asleep.
So above Spirited and behind Boy and the Heron? Or did you like this more?
Above Boy and the Heron.
Okay. So this is number 3 on your list?
I didn't really like Boy and the Heron. It didn't have enough critters. It only had a...
It had more critters than this movie.
You didn't like the birds?
The parakeets? We can spoil it now.
They're just regular old
We can talk
birds.
about the parakeets now. They had knives and forks ready to chow down. And they walked like soldiers, okay? And Dave Bautista was their king.
But, anyway, I guess getting back to Castle in the Sky.
Yeah.
Little rant that we went on. I don't know. I thought that there was gonna be like more of a conflict between the two main characters and the pirates, but then they completely turned it around on me and made the pirates kind of more of the good guys.
Yeah,
sort
the
of.
pirates kind of turn around and help them.
I guess they're kind of like.
I mean, they'll steal the treasure and
they're kind of like anti-heroes.
Yes, because they would definitely take advantage of the kids.
Yeah.
Because the plan was to steal the necklace, leave the child behind, and it's like, okay, let's go find the treasure. But over the course of the story, they become more endearing to our kid characters. I would say a little bit too much. But
I was gonna say that they're also pedophiles.
So we have Captain Dola. I love that character. She's fun, great old lady character. And then her sons or boys that she's picked up.
I honestly think most of them are her sons, but then I think some of them are not her sons, because there's some of them that don't call her mom, they call her Captain.
Yeah,
okay.
The ones that call her mom, we can probably assume. Yeah. I don't think, because you're introduced to Papa later on.
Who is her husband.
Yeah. And he is not African American. And then you see one of the shipmates.
2 of them, actually.
Oh, 2?
Yeah.
But yeah, he calls her Captain, so I think...
I think they're one of the reasons why that whole sequence in the town, as they're trying to get them onto the train chase scene, was so entertaining because how wacky and wild they were. The dick measuring contest between the goon and the boss, like they try to puff up their muscles so much that they rip their shirts, and then they just had like a fist fight.
See, the town interaction is what made me think that the pirates were going to be more of a threat to the children.
But instead, the main antagonist was Mark Hamill's character. I enjoyed.
Yeah, because I mean, within the first couple minutes of it, we see our main character Sheeta break a bottle over Mark Hamill's character's head, which I think his character's name is Muska.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we see her break a bottle over his head, which tells us that obviously she's trying to get away from him for some reason, and which we find out later to be that he kidnapped her as well, because she is from Lapita, and she is
she's
Lapita
a descendant
royalty.
Well, she's a descendant of people who left Lapita.
Yeah. But she's also the heir to the throne.
Yeah, he's trying to find Lapita by the necklace around her neck. And the only way to activate it is through these sort of magical spells that she kind of just... At one moment, she's like, I don't know how to do it. And then she just says a random spell that she learned from her grandma.
She remembers an interaction with her grandma.
Which basically activates a robot from the land. Really cool design, by the way, for that thing. And the way it moves. And, I mean, it's shooting blasts like a Dragon Ball Z character. Everything is dying. They have to drop nukes on it in order for it to die. Really cool. I think that the final sequence in the castle itself, really cool. I like how the robots take care of the wildlife up there. Miyazaki loves wildlife.
It's cute.
Like the labyrinth in there that's just covered in nature, and the comparison between the younger characters and Mushka, who wants to tear it all down. I think the actual sort of climax within itself of we need to chase down Mushka because he has Sheeta and he's going to terrorize the entire world because twist, he's actually a descendant of Lapita too, and that's the reason why he wanted it to be king. They don't want that to happen, and they run around for a little bit and then they destroy everything with a magical spell and then he dies.
Yeah.
I think
pretty much
climax,
the entire army dies.
That was pretty. That was pretty fun. He just drops them.
All of the armies die. None of the pirates, to my knowledge, died.
Good.
So.
I mean, they're pedophiles, but
yeah.
But I'm glad that Captain Dole.
I am in love with you.
They all snuck into the kitchen.
I really love listening for. In these English dubs, I love listening for familiar voices. Mark Hamill was very hard for me to detect, surprisingly, because usually he's like an instant for me.
He was subtle.
Yeah, he really came in with this was like a very different voice that I've never heard from him in other animations, so I was surprised to learn that he was our main villain. Now, the general of the army, I detected immediately.
Jim Cummings, baby.
And I was like, is that fucking Pete from Disney?
It is a Disney dub.
No, I was like, that's Bender.
No, that's a different
John
character.
DiMaggio.
Oh, fuck.
Which he is in this movie, too, as one of the characters. Yeah. But he was a very minor role. And he wasn't even credited in the credits from what I saw. I didn't see his name there. I just really love listening out for that sort of shit. It's so much fun for me to just try and hear famous voices in dubbed movies. But
I think this is just another Miyazaki banger. Is it his best movie? No. I think later on he got more and more ambitious with his scope, his scale. The animation got better over time. The animation in this movie is still really cool. The flying scenes, by the way, Dune, you stole your designs from Castle in the Sky. I think Miyazaki needs to put a suit with the dragonfly ships. Really cool. The flying scenes were really well animated. Really good looking movie. I think it's the least ambitious out of the ones that we've seen so far. You know, Ponyo, they're like destroying the world with the ocean and all of that, but also, you know, the Little Mermaid story. Totoro is pretty lightweight, pretty fun. Ignore what I said. I'm an idiot. I definitely feel like this was fun and enjoyable. And Ghibli went off to a good start.
Yeah, it was a good watch. I don't know what else to say about it, honestly.
I mean,
it's
just a fine movie.
Yeah,
it's good. It's a good movie.
We still have a few from Ghibli that we can watch.
There's a ton more.
Is Miyazaki, did he do Howl's Moving Castle?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so, I mean...
We'll get to there eventually, maybe.
Yeah.
If this podcast runs for another 20 years at this rate.
We all just start suggesting fucking Ghibli movies for the wheel from now on.
That would be funny.
Well, that's kind of what we were doing before. We just had one.
Well,
Because
with
that
the
was
writer's strike.
Yeah, that was the strikes.
Yeah. But we've kept one on the wheel. At least one.
Yeah, I felt like when we were doing so many in a row, might as well keep that. And I'm glad I did that. I wouldn't have seen this movie without that.
Yeah.
And it was fun. I know Madison she gets a different experience out of Ghibli movies, which is going to make the more down to earth Ghibli movies where nothing magical happens. That's gonna be
disappointment. Because there's going to be absolutely no critters involved.
Look, just give me my critters. Alright, that's all I came here for.
Our coal sprites. Soot sprites, sorry.
Yeah. Well, you didn't like the little beavers that were in Castle in the Sky.
No, they were creepy.
With the robot tails?
They were creepy.
No, I love them.
They had spider eyes.
Shifted around and then went
little
into the water.
gerbil-sized beaver bodies.
Yeah, they were cute. I love them.
They creep me the fuck out.
I will give this...
Which is probably why I rated Boy and the Heron so low.
A 7 out of 10.
Yeah, that's about where I am.
I think I'd say about the same, yeah.
Look at that! We all agree.
Lucky sevens.
Now, last chance. So our movie suggestions from last week were Parasite for me, Kill Bill Volume 1 for Justin, and Rugrats in Paris for Madison. Last chance to switch it up.
I'm switching.
Okay.
Orgasmo.
Okay. Where can you even find that?
We're gonna end up having to buy it.
Oh yeah.
Fine with me.
It's gonna look like I'm buying porn.
You can watch it for $3.79 on Prime, for $3.79 on YouTube, $3.99 on Google Play,
okay,
$3.99 on Fandango.
Okay, so
it is going to cost you some money.
A little less suspicious than buying a DVD. Madison.
Max, what is this Orgasmo charge? Mine will be Basketball. It's another.
So we were talking
Matt
about
and Trey movie.
Matt and Trey movies. I don't blame me. I'm not completing the set. Actually, should I complete the set? Should I suggest Team America just because?
Yes.
I don't know.
You don't
Yes.
know?
I've had enough of that movie.
Yes.
America.
I've seen it enough.
Yes. Please.
Everyone
Do
has
it.
A.
Do it. Do it.
But Parasite's an actual masterpiece.
We can do that next week. For this week, please just do the meme and complete our trilogy of Matt and Trey movies.
God damn it.
Yes.
watch Grave of the Fireflies to sneak it away. Because the next
We're doing
Ghibli
elimination
movie,
again, right?
Yes, we are. The next Ghibli movie that we will be watching is Grave of the Fireflies. The most depressing Ghibli
Does
movie.
it have critters?
It has fireflies.
As the name implies.
Hell, what critter are they?
They're fireflies.
Well,
it has a horribly burned woman.
I'm in.
My God.
Okay. Spin the wheel, elimination style, baby.
Oh God, please be basketball.
Okay. So our first movie eliminated is Grave of the Fireflies. We will be,
All right.
we will be watching a
Alright,
Madame
so-
Trey movie. It's lagging.
Elimination has made this way better.
Well, say goodbye to basketball.
Uh-oh.
Son of a bitch. It's gonna be Team America. I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna have.
I don't want to watch a movie.
I'm gonna have to
called
watch that
Orgasmo.
throw up
It's,
scene.
it's NC-17. Oh.
17.
Oh no. It's reset.
What?
Oh, bruh.
Okay. Now I gotta move basketball.
Well, we're gonna have to do it again.
No.
She's like, it's rigged. It knows the system.
It
now.
is rigged.
It's not.
It's gonna choose fucking Justin's movie. It's gonna choose Orgasmo.
Okay. Well, you're right about that. We're watching Team America.
All right. Can't be mad at that. Still
It
a funny
would've-
movie.
It would have been Parasite.
God
damn it!
Literally 3 other movies I have not seen before. And we have to pick the movie that I've already
We've all
seen.
seen Team America before, but we get to watch it again. And
I'm keeping
analyze
basketball.
That-
I'm keeping basketball until it gets picked.
Then I'm gonna keep Orgasmo until it gets
it. No,
picked.
bro.
We're gonna go on a Mountain Train kick.
I could have had us watch Parasite, but no, I went with the meme, and now we're stuck with Team America.
You chose this fate for
I
us. Why are
did.
you mad?
I am mad. Fuck you. Team America is not a bad movie. It's amazing. But come on, bro.
Hey, do that song where everyone gets AIDS. Oh, that's gonna be a scene that Madison's gonna have to skip. She hates the puke scene in that movie.
Yeah.
I know, it's funny.
No, it's not.
It is
Isn't there
funny.
also
It's a puppet.
There's a sex scene too.
There is a puppet sex scene.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But
One of the funniest scenes
but it's
ever.
tasteful.
Tasteful. They have no genitals.
Yeah, aren't they just like flailing around
Yes.
under the sheet?
No, they actually put them in different positions and did multiple shots of them in different positions.
Oh my Christ.
Well,
I honestly respect the work.
I've seen this movie so many times. Also, my favorite piece of trivia for Team America is that they ran out of time trying to make the Matt Damon puppet, so he came out a little half-baked, and that's why he can only say his name in the movie.
Oh yeah, because that is where that comes from. Oh my god.
And honestly, it sounds like we're talking about Team America right now. We can reset the wheel. I'm joking. I'm joking, of course.
But
We will have more to say
it's
once
a fun
it's
watch.
fresh in our minds.
It's a
Yes.
fun watch. I very much remember most of that movie vividly, but
Oh my god.
it is one of my favorite movies.
I win the wheel, and this is what happens.
Sigh.
At least it's not fucking Rugrats in Paris, okay?
Yeah.
Well, that's how the wheel turned out.
I'll do it.
God damn it. We'll be watching the first half of Baby Reindeer, seeing the box office performance of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That's a long-ass title, by the way.
Yeah.
They have to fit in Planet of the Apes. So they did Rise, Dawn, and War, and now they do The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And not another church movie. Honestly, if that did, like, gangbusters,
Listen, if Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is too much of a mouthful, you can just call it Cotpoda for short. There you go.
Capoda.
Did you just make that up right now?
Well, that's the first letter of every word.
You genius.
Capoda.
Cotpoda.
But, God damn it, Parasite was robbed by my own peer pressure.
Yeah.
Peer pressure.
But, in any case, at least we're not watching a porno. Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Will you?